The Book of the Damned, by Charles Hoyfort, Chapter 3a. So then, it is our expression that science relates to real knowledge no more than does the growth of a plant, or the organization of a department store, or the development of a nation. That all are assimilative, or organizing, or systematizing processes that represent different attempts to attain the positive state, the state commonly called heaven. I suppose I mean. There can be no real science where there are indeterminate variables, but every variable is, in finer terms, indeterminate, or irregular, if only to have the appearance of being an intermediateness is to express regularity unattained. The invariable, or the real and stable, would be nothing at all in intermediateness, rather as, but in relative terms, an undistorted interpretation of external sounds in the mind of a dreamer could not continue to exist in the dreaming mind, because that touch of relative realness would be of awakening and not of dreaming. Science is the attempt to awaken to realness, wherein it is attempt to find regularity and uniformity, or the regular and uniform would be that which has nothing external to disturb it. By the universal we mean the real, or the notion is that the underlying super-attempt, as expressed in science, is indifferent to the subject matter of science. That the attempt to regularize is the vital spirit. Bugs and stars and chemical messes. That they are only quasi-real, and that of them there is nothing real to know, but that systemization of pseudo-data is approximation to realness or final awakening. Or a dreaming mind, and its centaurs and canary birds that turn into giraffes. There could be no real biology upon such subjects, but attempt, in the dreaming mind, to systematize such appearances would be movement toward awakening, if better mental coordination is all that we mean by the state of being awake, relatively awake. So it is, that having attempted to systematize, by ignoring externality to the greatest possible degree, the notion of things dropping in upon this earth, from externality, is as unsettling and as unwelcome to science as tin horns blowing in upon a musician's relatively symmetric composition, flies alighting upon a painter's attempted harmony, and tracking colors one into another, suffragist getting up and making a political speech at a prayer meeting. If all things are of a oneness, which is a state intermediate to illness and realness, and if nothing has succeeded in breaking away and establishing entity for itself, and could not continue to exist in intermediateness, if it should succeed, any more than could the born still at the same time be the uterine, I of course know of no positive difference between science and Christian Science, and the attitude of both toward the unwelcome is the same. It does not exist. A Lord Kelvin and a Mrs. Eddy, and something not to their liking, it does not exist. Of course not, we intermediates say. But, also, that, in intermediateness, neither is there absolute non-existence. Or a Christian Scientist and a toothache, neither exists in the final sense. Also neither is absolutely non-existent, and, according to our therapeutics, the one that more highly approximates to realness will win. A secret of power. I think it's another profundity. Do you want power over something? Be more nearly real than it.